what I want to know is, did you guys have some of these spooky books when you were a kid? And did you read them during Halloween season? Now, before I show you this stack of miscellaneous spooky / Halloween books, a lot of these aren't kids' books. A lot of these books are books that are adult books or novels that I bought as a kid, whether it be me nagging my mom or grandma to buy them for me because they were spooky, for one thing, and second of all, they had really creepy covers, or they were attached to an IP that I loved, like Alien or Mars Attacks, etc. A lot of these books I've never read, at least entirely, because I got them when I was way too young and never sort of went back to them. But they've been on my shelves ever since. Luckily, I still own this, at least this stack of books. And I want to know if you guys have read or own any of these spooky classics yourselves. And if you do, let me know in the comments below. To me, Halloween season is still complete without these books, but these books are such a part of the iconography of my bookshelf since I was a kid, and I associate them with the Halloween season. What is the point I'm trying to make with that? I have no idea, but let's get to it. Let's start with one of the older books in my collection. This is called The Figure in the Shadows. This was actually passed down to me from my grandma, a little spooky collection. This is from, I think this was my mom or uncle's book when they were kids, and this is from 1975. Text by John Belaris, drawings by Mercer Mayer. Spooky little book. Front and back artwork. Very cool. Very good stuff. It's from the Weekly Reader Children's Book Club, whatever that means. Very cool. Very, very cool. Next, we have two classics on my shelves. We have the Mars Attacks, War Dogs of the Golden Horde. I have never read this. I have no idea if it's good. But back in my Mars Attacks craze in the 90s, I got these books, specifically from Walden's books, along with this one, Martian Death Trap. Really cool artwork on the cover. The Martians sort of look like the Image Martians from the comics books by Image. Very, very good stuff. Again, haven't read them. Here's the Mars Attacks movie novelization from back in the day. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the movie. I'm much more a fan of the Mars Attacks comic books and trading cards, but bizarre movie nonetheless, right? Bizarre movie nonetheless. This too, the next one is from Walden's books, and it is the novelization of Alien Resurrection on paperback. Never read it. Very cool. I think I bought this before the movie came out because I was so stoked at the time. We have here Bruce Coville's Book of Ghosts, Tales to Haunt You. Fun stuff. Not as good as Scary Stories and stuff like that, but still good. Still good. We have another one, Bruce Coville's Book of Monsters, Tales to Give You the Creeps. That's sort of a semi-iconic cover. I remember seeing this a lot at Books A Million and Walden's books, I believe. Both of them scholastic. Next, we have the infamous The Screaming Skull. I think one of the many reprints of that book. I think there's a bunch of different releases and variations of the novel. Never read it. I've heard it's a very good book, but I need to sit down and read it. It seems rather short. Oh, look, there's a bookmark in it. Grow with Books, National Library Week 1974. That's cool. I don't know where that came from, but the book is not from 74 because I remember buying this from Eckerd's when I was 7 or 8 years old. So that's bizarre. R.L. Stein, Fear Street series, Cat. Never read it. Have no idea if it's good. This is from Walmart. Looks like an old Walmart tag. Yep. This was $2.98 at the time for this little miniature paperback R.L. Stein book. We have R.L. Stein's Halloween Night 2. I think I used to own the first one also with the pumpkin on the cover, but if I did, I've lost it. No idea where it is. But Halloween Night 2, this cover always blew my mind. Never read the book, but when the movies that just came out, I think they were called the Fear Street movies. I thought that the skeleton guys were based on this cover, and then I learned later that this wasn't even really a Fear Street book, so I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be tied in or not, but it's got to be at least an homage, right? Like, that's too close to the movie, the Fear Street movie, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Next on the list, in this stack, I have the Graveyard School Scream Team. I think there was a bunch of these books. I remember the Graveyard School logo, but this is the only book I ever owned. I think I read this. I don't remember too much about it. It's got some kind of a custom sticker that I put on there when I was a little kid, like a pink dinosaur thing. But very cool. It seems pretty used, so I'm pretty sure I own this book. But I think there was a whole series of Graveyard School from Tom B. Stone. Tombstone. Get it? Tom B. Stone, Tombstone. Ah! We have the novelization of The Infamous Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. Obviously, I'm not sure if this is condensed from the actual novel he wrote. I'm pretty sure it started as a children's book by Ray Bradbury. I'm not sure if the original book was long or not. I haven't read it. The text in here is pretty... It's not small, it's not big, it's pretty moderately sized, so it wouldn't take too long to read this. So I'm not sure if this is condensed from the original Ray Bradbury book or not. I have to go back and check, but this is based on the movie novelization, or the novelization of the movie, I should say, made for young readers. I got this. This might have even come with the VHS I owned from the movie. I think this came inside of it. I could be wrong, but I think this came with it. It seems like one of those promo books. But yeah, there it is, The Halloween Tree. Next, we have Gross Grub, which is sort of a gross cookbook. A gross kids Halloween cookbook with gross stuff in there, like main courses, like really nasty stuff, like sicko serving, day-old bathwater, fabric softener smoothies, stuff like that. Classic. I've never actually made any of these. It would be fun to try and make them with Isabella. That would be a blast. But really nasty stuff, classic. And last in this stack is Super Scary Stories for Sleepovers, number 5. I don't own the other ones. I don't remember buying this book. I think this was maybe given to me. I'm not sure from where, but pretty cool stuff. Decent artwork inside. The minimal artwork there is. It's decent enough. Black and white, like charcoal or pencil drawings. But yeah, Scary Stories for Sleepovers. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my stack of miscellaneous horror/Halloween novels and kids' books for today's videos. And with that said, let me know in the comments if you've read or remember any of these books. And I will talk to you guys next time. Happy Halloween.